Okay. Can somebody hear me now? Can somebody hear me now? Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Okay. Can somebody hear me now? Can somebody hear me now? Okay. I think you guys were not hearing me because I was having somebody online. Like I said, we having a problem bringing in our visitor for this morning. Um, we couldn't manage to bring her in due to some connection problems. So probably then we'll be able only to bring her in next time. But well, I started talking about consistency and self-discipline. Now I asked the question, what is consistency and what is self-discipline? And I explained to say consistency, when you talk about being consistent, it means doing the same things over and over until you build a habit. Doing the same thing that you have told yourself you are going to do every day until you build a habit. And then self-discipline, somebody says self-discipline, it simply means self-control, the ability to do those things that you told yourself you were going to do. That is self-discipline. When you set goals, the ability for you to be able to practically do those goals. Setting goals in itself is not enough. You can have goals that are set, but if you are not disciplined enough to stand up from your comfort zone, to come out from your sitting room or your sofas, to get out from Netflix, to get off from Facebook and WhatsApp and TikToks and Instagrams, until you are disciplined to say, I am going to do what I promised myself to go and do, then you are not self-disciplined. So when we talk about self-discipline, we are talking about the ability for you to be able to resist every temptation, every distraction, and still be focused on the very goals that you have set for yourself. That is self-discipline. And this is what we are going to talk about in a meanwhile. Please just help me again to share the broadcast. I know we went around almost 10 minutes and the sound was off. Probably many people, I saw that people were coming and going, so maybe they come in and go because they couldn't hear me. So now help me to share with your friends, with your family, so that we can now go together. Well, if you followed probably on, when was that, on Wednesday, I did this presentation with the youth. I was invited for a youth meeting and I did this presentation with the youth. I was a bit in a hurry because I was having another program online. So, and today I'm going to take my time to go through these things again that I've just discussed on Wednesday. So now, if you missed that program, probably you need to go to the Facebook of Mr. Noki Kapehi, and then you'll be able to see the video that he did on this same topic that I'm talking about. I just did a small presentation with the youth. So now, how can I develop self-discipline? Now, for you to develop self-discipline or for you to develop consistent, let me ask you this question. If your bin in your room, your dustbin or whatever, your pot, wherever you throw your papers and your toilets or whatever in your room, if you change its position where it had been for the past 3 months, if you change its position and put it in a different position, you realize that every time you want to throw something there, you are always going where it used to be because you were used for it being there. You build a habit always going there, throwing things in there. And that is what we call consistency or being consistent. Because you have been going there over and over, you build a habit that is become part of you. And in your subconscious, you just know, if I have to throw away something, I must go to the left of my room. So now if you have to put it on the right side of your room, you realize that every time you have to go to the left first, before your mind say you changed it to the right. And that is how we build habits. So for you to build a habit, you need to become consistent in doing those things that you want to do. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. We always struggle to do things that we want to do, not because we don't have the ability or the capacity to do it, is because we did not yet build habits, and habits are built through being consistent. Now, self-discipline is when you are able, you have a dustbin in your room, but you are able to pick up all the papers, or to be able to stand up from your seat and throw away something in a dustbin that you need to throw away. That is just simply self-discipline. So self-discipline starts from simple things as making up your bed. Making up your bed every day. When you wake up, you make up your bed, you make sure your bed is looking nice. Self-discipline means making sure that your room is clean, making sure you empty your bin. Those are the simple things as self-discipline. Self-discipline starts at simple things like washing your dishes every night before you go to bed, or making sure that every time you finish eating, you clean your dish. That is self-discipline. Simple, those simple things. But the moment you start procrastinating, pushing things forward and saying, I'm going to do it later, I'm going to do, and before you know, it tarries and you might not even do it anymore. So now I'm going just to discuss in short. Please, those who are just coming in, share the broadcast with your friends. And our apology, our deepest apology, we're supposed to host Mrs. TAIMI, Shikemeni, but due to some technical problems, we couldn't get her through, even though she was coming in a studio, but her camera couldn't come through, and her mic. But we will work on it and make sure that she come back here. So now, the first step that I want to discuss is setting goals. And I know I did a lot of videos on goal settings. If you never watch my programs, if it is your first time, I will ask you to just go to my profile or my Facebook page, which is Equipped History Makers. There is a lot of videos there that I did as far as goal setting is concerned. So now the first thing that you need to do is to set your goal, or to define the goal that you want to fight for. What is that thing that you want to do? What is your big picture in life? If you don't have a picture in life, if you don't have a roadmap in life where you really want to go, it becomes very difficult, because then you don't have somewhere that you are focusing. You don't have somewhere you are looking at. You don't have somewhere where you are going. And if you truly want to be successful in life, if you truly want to do those things that you want to do, the first step is to set your goals. Define your goal. What is your goal? Now, when I'm saying define your goal, I'm not talking about have it in your mind, head knowledge. No, I'm saying write it on a piece of paper. Put it down. Write it down. Okay? Write it. Have a blueprint. Because if you don't have a blueprint, tomorrow it will disappear from your mind. You will even forget that you ever dreamed of something. And that's why you must write it down. So define your goal. Where do you want to go? Set a goal. Where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself in the next 15 years? Where do you see yourself in the next 20 years? Where do you see yourself in the next 30 years? Define your goal clearly. Number two, deconstruct your goals. Okay, deconstruct, not disconstruct, but deconstruct your goal. What is to deconstruct? Now, write step by step. How do you want to do it? How are you going to reach those goals? What are those things that you need for you to reach your goal? Break down your goals, the ingredients that you need to reach your goal. For your goals, the ingredients that you need. What do you need for your goal? What are those things that you need? Put them down. Write them down. Okay? The example that I gave when I was talking to the youth is that, for example, if you want to do a garden, probably your deconstructing of your goal will be what do you need for you to become a successful farmer? Maybe that's your goal, that's your main vision. You want to become a successful farmer, all right, who is able maybe to produce 2 tons of potatoes or 3 tons of potato a year. Now, you now need now to deconstruct your goal and say, what do you need to become a successful farmer? For example, maybe you say, okay, you need land, you need machineries, and define those machineries, write them one by one, which kind of machineries that you need. You need fertilizers, you need tools and whatever. Write them down. Write those things that you need for you to reach your goals. Number 3, you need to have a daily planner. A daily planner. Now, what are you going to do every day that will take you to your goal? What are you going to do every day? So what is that you are doing on a daily basis to reach your goal? Now, most of people, they write goals, they have it on paper, they have a blueprint. Some of them, they have a step-by-step what they need to reach their goals. But most of people, the problem that they have is with a daily plan. They don't have a daily plan. They don't have action plan, which they are using every day for them to be able to reach their goals. Every day. What are you going to do every single day for you to be able to reach your goal? Step by step, things that you are doing. I'm not talking about, like somebody gave an example when I was talking to the youth to say, remind yourself. You could remind yourself every day about your goals, but unless if you do something practically about it, they will never come to pass. They will just be goals. Okay? They will just be dreams. So what are you going to do every day? For example, let me say, maybe you are saying, I want to become a motivational speaker. Okay? How do you deconstruct your goals? Okay, I need to reach to 1,000 people a year or a month, for example. And what do you need? I need a cell phone, I need a mic, I need the interface, I need a camera, or I need a laptop. You put down, and then you now have a daily planner. What are you going to do? Maybe the first thing that you are going to do every day is to say, okay, every day I must do one broadcast, for example, or I must save some money so that I'll be able to afford a phone that I need, or a laptop that I need, or mic, or whatever. But it's something practical that you must do every day that you reach your goal. If you already have for example, a cell phone, you can start with a cell phone and you say, okay, every day I'll post a video that is 15 minutes or 2 minutes or 5 minutes on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on Instagram, inspiring someone. So you do something every day, and the more you do it, the better it becomes. Not only that you are going to be a better speaker, but you're also going to improve from your mistakes, and you start also getting noticed. You start also reaching out. Maybe you start with nobody listening to you on your first video, but after you finish presenting your video, you go and share to your friends, and then they will start noticing you are doing something. The second day, maybe you are only going to have one person, I mean. And then the third day, maybe I'm only going to have 2 people. And that is how you improve, and that's how you are reaching your goal, even though you are not yet there, but that is your target. Your goal is to do something every day. Number four, remove distractions. And that is what I started with at the beginning. If you listen to me on my introduction, there are so many distractions outside there, so much distraction. Okay, friends, families, social media. Men, especially social media, have become a serious pain in the neck. And if you are not careful, you will never reach your goal, because you allow distractions to stand in your way. You allow distractions to come through. So this is what I'm saying. Remove distraction. Let me ask you a question. Can your friends be able to know your priorities in life? Will your friends show up at your house when they know you're about to write examination? Okay? So distraction, if you can't take away things that are disturbing you, if your friends are standing in your way to reach your goal, then they are not good friends. Then it means you allow distraction to take over. If you sit in front of the TV for 2 hours instead of studying, or instead of recording that video, or instead of doing that project, or writing that proposal, whatever you want to do, or marketing your business, if you allow movies to stand between you and your goal, it means you're allowing distractions to come in your way. Then it means it will be difficult for you really to reach your goals. It's very difficult for you to become successful, because it means you're allowing anything that just comes to disturb your life. So you need to remove distraction from your environment, and you need to be in charge of your environment. In fact, you need to control your environment. And if you want to hear more on that one, I think I have my book here. I wrote a whole page, a whole chapter in this book. This is my book, Dare to Move On. And there's a whole chapter which I wrote about removing distraction from your life. I titled the chapter of the book, I titled the chapter, Be Ridiculously in Charge. And I have also a small video on my page. If you go there, you'll be able to If you go there, you'll be able to get it on my Facebook page, either profile or Atmos, not Atmos, but Equip History Maker page. You'll be able to find the video there titled "Be Ridiculously in Church." I think it's probably 3-4 videos that I've made. Okay, so you can go there and read it. But the whole thing is that many people allow distraction in their life. They allow friends to just come and tell them what to do and pick them anywhere and go everywhere and go and play and go and watch movies and go and play soccer while they know they have an important project to do. And unless you are able to minimize your distractions, unless you are able to be in charge, in control of your environment, it will be difficult really to have control of your life. Control your environment and you will control your life. Control your environment and you'll be able to control your life. But if you don't control your environment, if you allow every distractions to come your way, if you allow every parasite and ticks just to come in, you will never be able to control your life, because then you will be running other people's lives. Okay, so that's number 4. Number 5, you need to prioritize your goals. You need to know which one comes first, which one comes first, which one comes second. Okay, now I'm tempted to go to TAIMI, but let me not go there because I want her to come and speak about herself. I know TAIMI for many years now as a businesswoman, and I have seen how consistent and resilient she is, even though she went through some other things. And that's why you need to join us next time when we bring her again. So your goals must be number 1. Your goals must be the first. And put them, which one comes first? You might have 2, 3, 4 goals, but which one is important? Which one should come first than the other one? All right. So that is number 5. Number 6, don't wait to feel right. Then that is one of the biggest problems. Many people want to do something. I mean, man, it never happened. It never happened. It never happened. Somebody's troubling me. Ooh, did I just do that? Here. Okay, I just wanted to reply to that, but it's fine. Okay, don't wait to feel right. Nobody feel like studying. Nobody feel like waking up. Nobody feel like doing this project. Nobody feel like going to school. You know, we never feel like doing something, and therefore don't say, I don't feel like doing it. Just do it. If you know it's the right thing to do, then just stand up and do it. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't give an excuse. Don't try to brush it off. Just do it if you know it's the right thing to do at that moment. Just do it. Okay. Number 7. Number 7 is that force yourself to do it. Force yourself to do it, because you never want to do it. Just go all out and push yourself to do it. Sometimes it's paining, sometimes it's heavy, sometimes it's tiring, sometimes you don't really have energy, but you just, because you know I have to do this thing, you just have to stand up, force yourself to do it. Because if you don't force yourself to do it, you will never do it. You will never do it, and I guarantee you, you will never do it. You know, I hear people saying, I don't feel like studying. I don't have energy now to study. My friend, if you don't force yourself, you are going to fail. No matter how much you pray, no matter how much you fast, no matter how much you beg God, if you don't force yourself to do what you know is the right thing to do, it will never happen. It will never happen. You are not your body. Your body will never feel right to do anything. You are your mind. So, and if you cannot control the mind, if you cannot capitalize in the power of the mind and depend on the body to tell you what to do or what not to do, I guarantee you it, because the body never wants to do anything. But I'm telling you, the power of the body is the mind. If you can control your mind, if you can tell your mind to do whatever you want to do, then you will be able to control your body as well. If your mind is strong enough, then you can do almost anything. And that's why force yourself. It doesn't matter really whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter how tired you feel like. Sometimes you are working but you have also your personal goals that you want to achieve. So, and when you knock off, you feel exhausted, you feel I don't have energy, but it's up to you really to force yourself to say, this is what I want, and I'm not going to stop anything but to do it, and just force yourself to do it. Your desire for the goal should be stronger than the desire to give up. Your desire for the goal, for reaching your goal, should be stronger than your desire to want to give up. You know, if you allow your mind to tell you are not good enough, you cannot handle this, you know, nobody have done this before. If you allow people to tell you all these things and you put it in your mind and you allow you convince your mind that you can't do it, then you never do it. But the moment you empower your mind, you tell your mind you can do anything, the moment you tell your mind nobody can stop you, the moment you tell your mind nothing is impossible, the moment you tell your mind and you empower your mind and your mind becomes tough and strong and resilient, you can do almost anything. Everything is determined upon your mind. The mind actually is really the battle almost of anything. Everything that we try to convince ourselves we are not good enough is our mind. So if you can strengthen your mind, then you can strengthen anything. You can strengthen your life, your body can almost do anything because your mind is strong. The number 8, get a mentor. Get a mentor, and this is one thing that I can really never overemphasize. Every person in this life, you need somebody who is where you want to be. You need somebody who is where you want to be. Identify somebody who is at the place where you want to be. Then imitate them, follow them, study their struggles, study their success. You know, sometimes we desire the success of the people, but we are not ready to find out where they come from. We are not ready to learn from their past. We are not ready to hear what the struggle they have gone through. Okay, that's why I wanted really TAIMI to share for us this morning, because I have watched what she have gone through, trying all kind of business and the things that but she remained resilient, she remained consistent, and she never gave up, and she is very, very self-disciplined. So that's why you need to know who is where I want to go. Make that person your mentor. Imitate, learn from them. If they have materials like books, read their books. If they maybe they have motivational materials on WhatsApp, or not WhatsApp, what is that? YouTube, go there, listen to them. If you have access to them, talk to them. Don't just envy the cars they are driving. Don't just envy the big houses they are having. Don't just envy their success, because the end result is not really what determines success. What determines success is that one first step that they have taken, and the journey that they have taken, the struggle they have put up with, the pain that they have endured, the difficulties that they have overcome. Those are the things that make them success. It's not because they are special, it's not because they are smarter than anyone, but it's because they were able to say, I'm going to do what I want to do. They told themselves, I'm not going to give up, I'm not going to throw in a tower. They told themselves, no matter how difficult the situation is, I have to keep on moving. You know, the problem with most of us is that we give up too fast. We give up too easy. You try 3 times and you say, I think it's enough. I tried enough. And this is where I always tell people, remember about people who have tried so many times. Say Thomas Edison. I spoke about him several times, and I have a couple of videos on Facebook there. You can go there and listen to those videos. You talk about Ken Osanda, the founder of KFC. You hear their stories and you get inspired. Nothing comes easy. Nothing comes on a silver platter. And if you are not ready to face the struggle, if you are not ready to face the pains of life, if you are not ready to go against the storms and the winds of life, it's impossible really for you to be successful and to get where you want to get. You never get those goals. You never reach those goals. So therefore, make sure you get a mentor, somebody that you will learn from. The power of influence and association. The power of influence and association. Sometimes we don't know that the people we hang out with, they are the very enemies of our progress. Sometimes we don't know that the people that we are hanging with, and that we are always with. Those are the people that inspire us to want to do what we want to do. So there is always two sides of the coin. Who are the people that you surround yourself with? What impact do they have over your life? Those people that you are always hanging out with, what are they motivating you? Are they encouraging you? Are they inspiring you to want to do more, or they are discouraging you? The people that you are always calling your friends, the people that you want to go to KFC with, or go to the park with, what inspiration are they giving to you? So that's why surround yourself with men and women who will be able to inspire you, who will be able to encourage you. Sometimes you don't even need to know some people. As long as you know them and you can follow them, whether online, you can follow them by reading their materials or listening to their videos. Doesn't really matter. You can get as many mentors as you want in life. They don't even need to be in the same environment with you, even though now you need to control your current environment where you are. So you make sure that your current environment is not affecting you in a negative way when you want to do whatever you want to do. So get a mentor or a role model, somebody that you are looking up to, somebody that you can call, somebody that you can ask questions, but that person must be where you want to be. Okay? Sometimes we are tempted to ask advice of things that we want to do from our friends. Now, these friends, they are not where we want to be. These friends, they never tried what we want to try. Now, what kind of advice do you think they are going to give to you? They've been never there. They never experienced the difficulty of getting where you want to go. And for them, what they see is a mountain in between. And then they will look at your current situation and they will tell you, it's impossible, you can't do that. It's impossible, you cannot reach there. It's impossible. And the moment you allow them to tell you that it's impossible, then you are defeated. Then you are defeated to get discouraged. That's why look for somebody. Look for somebody who is where you want to go. Look for somebody who is where you want to go. So, one of the people that I read the book for, this is Jim Stockville. I think I'm having also one of his book right behind me somewhere. Jim Stockville, where are you? Okay, I have a couple of books for Jim Stockville, but one of the books that I read for him is titled A Millionaire's Map. He titled A Millionaire's Map. And this is what he said. He said, never follow a map that was written by somebody who is not where you want to go. So interesting. He says, never follow a map that was written by somebody who is not where you want to go. And this is the biggest mistake that we do. We always want to ask our friends who never been where we want to go to see whether our ideas will work. Do you think I can make it? Do you think I'm good enough? And I mean, they were never been there. They were never where you want to go. What kind of advice do you think they will give to you? Well, number 9, learn to rest and not to quit. Learn to rest and not to quit. What do I mean? Excuse me. When things get tough, when the tough gets going, get going. When the tough comes, get going. But then when things get so tough and you are tired, just rest. Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't throw in a towel. Rest. Say, okay, I think I've tried enough. I think I need to recuperate. You need now to go in your maybe solitude, in a place somewhere where you are just alone, and then rest, refresh your mind, and so that you'll be able to come back again to your project with energy. Because if your tank is running empty and you keep on driving, the petrol will finish and then you get stranded. So don't run on empty tank. I know sometimes when you push and push and push, it gets so hard, it gets so tiring, you get so, feel like throwing in a towel, you get so fed up and you just want to give up. So when you come to that point, it's not the time to give up. It's a time for you to take a rest. Rest, rest. It's so important. Your mind needs to rest. Your body need to rest. You need emotional rest. Unless if you allow yourself to rest very well, you will crash. You will crash. That's why you need to learn to rest, but not to quit. Somebody says quitters never win, and winners never quit. So you are not a quitter. You are not a quitter. You are a winner. And therefore, don't give up. Keep on pushing, keep on driving. And when you are tired, rest and continue with the journey. So it's not yet too late. I know some of you, you have dreams, ideas, and vision and passion, and you are looking at your age and you are wondering, will I really be able to do this? No, you will be able to do it as long as you keep driving. And Ken Osanda is a good example. He's a good example. He started KFC from the age of over 60. He was a retiree. He didn't even have much money. So, but today we know KFC almost everywhere in the world because one man was tough enough to say, I'm not ready to give up. So read the story of Ken Osanda. It might be an inspiring story for you not to give up on your dream and your passion and so forth. Number 10, be consistent every day. And that's what I started with. Probably I don't even need to spend much time on that. If you just joined, please go back to the beginning and listen to what I've said. The first 10 minutes, the broadcast was off because I was talking to somebody online. So, but then from there, you'll be able to hear everything. Just keep 9 minutes from the beginning, then you'll be able to listen to everything that I've said. Now, I said to be consistent is to do the same thing over and over and over and every day until they become part of you, until you build a habit. That's what I said. So I'm not going to spend much time on that. So number 11, keep track of your progress. Keep track of your progress. Now, all of us in the pursuit of our purpose, in the pursuit of our visions, in the pursuit of what we think that's what God wants us to do, we need to sit down and take stock and look and say, are we progressing or not? What are the things that we are doing that are helping us? What are the things that we are doing that are not helping us, but they are time wasters? And then you'll be able now to analyze and say, get rid of the time wasters, spend more time on those things that help you to do or to accomplish your goal than spending a lot of time on things that are not really bringing progress in your life. So as a person who pursues dreams and vision, you need to know how to keep track of your record. You need to understand the importance of keeping track of a record so that you'll be able to identify what are the time killers, what are the time wasters, what are the things that are not bringing fruits, what are the things that are not bringing results, so that you can change and identify those things that are able to help you progressing in your journey. Number 12, remove negative habits. Remove negative habits. And I mentioned a lot of negative habits at the beginning. So those things that are not helping you to improve you, those things that are not helping you to become the best version of yourself, get rid of them. Get rid of those things. Okay? Get rid of those things. Don't keep on repeating the same habits that are not helping you. Don't keep on repeating the same habits that are not making you the best version of yourself. Just think. Okay? So make sure you get rid of anything that is not helping you. Negative habits. Get rid of them. 13, keep pushing and never give up. And I said, when you are tired, get a rest and continue again, but never give up. But never give up. Motivation keep you going, but discipline keep you growing. Motivation keep you going, but discipline keep you growing. So don't just get inspired, but be disciplined, because only discipline that will make you grow, only discipline will make you to reach your goals, only discipline that will make you reach your targets. But inspiration is just a mirage. It's here today and gone tomorrow. So don't just get inspired, but do something. Stand up and do what you think is the right thing to do. Well, thank you very much for joining me. And I'm sorry again that Miss TAIMI SHIKEMENI was not able to join us this morning, but for sure we are going to work out and we are going to reschedule the program so that she can join us next time. Well, enjoy your Saturday morning.